Hello everyone, this is Kavyal Sedanni, a counselor, a hypnotherapist, and welcome to yet another episode of Me and My Therapist. Today I want to bring on this show one special guest who I have known for approximately 15 years now, or a little less than that. This really chirpy, communicative, beautiful kid who always called me Kavyal Auntie, but he came here every time he wanted to speak his heart out or clear his mind. He was something else when I got to know him first. He's absolutely something else right now. He's a heartthrob of many, an influencer, somebody whose face you see when you wake up in the morning and he makes you laugh, he makes you smile, he makes you think. And I am so proud of this kid who's no longer a kid, but let me introduce Agasthya Shah. So Agasthya, tell me this. How does it feel to be where you are?
It feels great. It's like this is what I've wanted to do all my life, and finally I'm being able to do this. It's what I've dreamt about since like 3-4 years. Becoming a content creator was my dream job, and I am living that dream right now where I am a content creator. So it's genuinely been like, it doesn't feel real at some points, because life has been so good to me as a creator out of being a creator. It just feels like I'm living my dream every day when I wake up.
But has it really sunk in completely?
No, it's still not sinking in. Like genuinely, I don't. When you again said that you're famous now, it's like I don't think it'll ever sink in that I'm famous, even though people come up to me, take photos or anything like that. I don't think it'll ever sink in, because in my heart I'm always just a boy who's making videos. That's how it started, and that's how it still is for me every day.
Yeah. Can I tell them a little secret about how you and me started?
Yeah, sure. I want to know the secret.
So, when Agasthya said that, I want to, Kavyal Auntie, I just want to make money for my phone. And I said, Agasthya, I'm so bad at social media marketing. Can you please help me with it? And he said, sure, I can do it. And that's how we started.
In the last lockdown.
And you know what the funny thing was? That I would speak to you every day, like 4 times a day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You had all my passwords. You had all access to everything.
Yeah, I used to manage everything.
And my children were watching something a couple of months later, and they were laughing. I'm like, hey, what are you watching? And they said, oh, this guy is so cool. And I'm looking at Agasthya. Really? What is he making? You don't know Agasthya? He is so famous. All the girls in my class have a crush on him. I'm like, really? I never saw him that way.
Yeah.
But that was absolutely
fabulous. That's how it started, this entire thing. Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah. But when you were little, there was nothing like content creation. What did you want to be then?
When I was little, I know I wanted to... First, it was my number one rule: I am never working for somebody. I'm never going to work a desk job, and I'm never working a 9-to-5 job. These were my 3 ground rules from the start, right? And I always knew I had to build something for myself, by myself.
Yeah.
And I have seen so many people, live a dream life of their own, which they've built, from scratch. So I never thought it'd be difficult for me. And content creation was something which I picked up in like the 10th standard, where I used to play the keyboard as a form of self-expression. Yeah. And then I saw like different creators, foreign creators, Indian creators, who were literally making a living, and a very good living off of this, building their own empires. And that's what I decided I wanted to do, because it's what I love doing. And if I can make money while doing it, then it's the dream again. It's the dream. Yeah.
I remember reading on your bio the 18-year-old kid who's building an empire.
Yeah.
Which it gives me goosebumps even as I read it.
It's my dream. Yeah.
Because just that level of inspiration and intention is absolutely fantastic to have.
Yeah.
Tell me, Agasthya, is being famous as easy as it looks? Tell me a little bit about the sweat behind the screen, you behind the filter. Has it been so stress-free? Has it been, what has changed around you?
So a lot of things have changed around me. For example, one thing that's changed around me is I pay more attention to the videos I make, because I know it's going to be received and perceived by such a large audience. I try to not even say one word which can like change the meaning of the video, or influence people in a wrong manner or something like that, because I have an audience and it's like my responsibility as a creator not to do anything wrong. So I'm more conscious in what I put out. And about being famous or being recognized, it's cool. Like I really like it. Like it's like my hard work is paying off when people come and take photos with me. But again, there are certain days and certain times where I can't do the things that I'd be doing.
How are you managing your academics? Is that even important anymore?
Yes, it's very important. Mom,
Okay, I'm so glad you said
that. My mom will kill me.
Yeah.
Academics is definitely important. I have found rather, I'm finding a way to balance both, right? For example, last night I slept at 2:30 and I woke up because I was editing a YouTube video. I woke up at 7:30 today because I had a class at 8 o'clock. So it's like I'm juggling between two lives as a college student and as a content creator. But it's like I enjoy it. Like I genuinely enjoy doing so many things, and that's why it's not been so difficult for me, because my parents are supporting me so much right now. Like it's like we've spoken about college and content. They know what I want to do. I know their expectations of me, and it's kind of like we've come to a mutual understanding. And I think that really helps me, because it's ultimately it's for my parents. So yeah.
And I remember as you speak about parents,
Yeah.
your mother is so obsessively in love with you
Mom
and your younger brother,
Yeah.
obviously. And but I'm sure she's really, really proud.
Yeah.
And how has she taken all of your success?
Mom's really, really proud of me, but obviously she's still my mom, so she says it in like portrays it in very different ways. She won't ever come up to me. I'm like, Mom, this is such a big thing. Like the first time I came on Netflix, like, Mom, this is such a big thing for me. Like, why aren't you like showing me how happy you are? And then I heard her talking to Dad, like, I don't want to show him how happy I am, because as a mother, she just wants me to do better. And Mom has really been understanding. Like genuinely, Mom has been so understanding of what I want to do. And she's really let me go into my own little world which I want to build. And while always being there, like anything happens at the end of the day, I go to my mom, talk to her, hug my mom, and it's perfect then. So it's the best escape.
Yes. I also remember a time when you were not famous then.
Yeah.
You didn't even, you had barely started doing content actually.
Yeah.
And you called me at around 9:30 in the evening and you said, Kavyal auntie, a few friends are telling me that I'm trying to be like someone else. And I feel really put down and I feel really let down. And you know that that conversation stayed with me in a way that...
Even me.
Yeah. How do you deal with the hate and the lack of likes, or if some followers stop following you? How do you deal with that? It's not easy.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy. And addressing the hate part first, I've just started receiving that hate from a lot of people. It took quite a while, but I was like, where is it? And then it came. I was ready for it, because I know if you reach a certain level, the hate is going to come. And it's just, I look at hate as a way of other people projecting what's not good in their life towards you. And honestly, I'm
so proud of that. Well
and
done.
I deploy empathy towards them, because I mean, you're taking time out of your day to watch my video and are commenting bad stuff about me on my own video, which helps me only with my engagement. It's like I feel bad for them. No matter how much we tell anybody, likes and followers are going to be, they don't define, but they are going to be perceived as what defines anybody, right? And although kids are focused on this, I think kids can look at this as a way of motivating themselves also. If you're just doing it for some other reason, then no. But if you want to do something in this field, in this sphere, then you can look at it as a motivating factor also. Correct? To push yourself to get more followers, get more likes. Obviously, while being in a positive mental space. That's the most important thing.
Sure. Because I do see that a lot of children base their identity on this platform, right? It is important that they know that this is not real.
Yeah, this is not real.
This is the real. The real is something else.
Yeah, it's a real, it's not real.
So I'm sure that even when you're making content, there's possibly hours of homework going behind it. For all the people who want to be content creators and for who you are an inspiration, what's the advice you want to give them?
The advice I want to give you is honestly in the start, do not define your career or your account on your likes or followers,
Yeah.
because if you keep making what you want to keep making for a consistent amount of time, the followers and the likes will come to you. It's what I did. I used to make content even before anything. I used to make content on TikTok where I barely had like 15,000 followers over like
Yeah.
6 months, which I got there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I came to Reels and I really found like the grip of what
Yeah.
I'm good at.
Yeah.
So experiment, try with your content, see what's working, see what's not. And the most important thing is, if you want to do this in the future, treat it like a job. Like don't
Yeah.
treat it like, oh, if your followers don't increase and your friends tell you this, like don't say, oh no, I don't care about all that stuff. I'm just making it because I have fun. Don't act like you don't care about it when you actually care about it, because that will really define your entire mindset. If you tell yourself you don't care about it to your other friends and people act all cool, act all cool with your friends like, oh bro, I don't care if it increases or not, you're just reassuring yourself that you don't care if it happens or not, which is not true. You're contradicting yourself in your own mind. So if you want something, like, go after it. That's what's important.
So Agasthya, tell me this. Do you remember how you landed up in my office and when?
I don't exactly remember how I landed up in the office, but I remember I had done some vision board workshop with
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Was that the first time?
Yes, that was
Yeah,
the first
so
time.
I remember, because
Yeah.
that workshop was also really like, it played a huge part in my life. Like I still
Yeah.
to this day have my vision board in my room.
Yeah.
And I think that's when I first met you.
Yeah. I remember an event where you and me were having an intense conversation about you seeing some other kids being bullied. Okay? Have you ever been bullied?
Yeah, a lot actually. I have been bullied a lot.
Tell me about that.
So in 9th, 10th, I'd say up to 6 months ago.
Okay.
All the way, I'm not gonna lie, all the way from 8th standard to I think 6 months ago, people have always underestimated me, doubted me, and for these same two reasons bullied me, not taking me seriously. And it's been from these people who think they're the cool kids in high school and whose peaking period only comes in high school,
Yeah.
and then it's just down from there.
Yeah.
It's those people, and I always made it a point never to listen to them, because I spoke to you, I spoke to my dad, I spoke to my mom. And all of y'all told me that, Agasthya, keep doing what you're doing, because all these people, you used to tell me that these people are losers if they're bullying you. Like,
Yeah.
you don't bully people, you don't put people down. That's not what a good human
Yeah.
being would do.
So Agasthya, you've never really known me as a therapist,
Yeah.
right? We've always had a personal bond. And yet every time we've conversed, it has been counseling.
Yeah, it has.
So what are certain myths that your generation has about seeking counseling or therapy that you can bust for them?
Okay, so the number one myth I've heard is that if you go see a therapist or a counselor, you have some mental illness, or like you're messed up in the mind or something like that. That is one taboo which I've heard, and which I really don't think is true, because a therapist is not somebody who, a person who goes to a therapist is not somebody who has some mental illness, can have a mental illness, but not somebody who only goes for a mental illness. A therapist is somebody who you talk to about what you're feeling, you open up to them, and they help you. It's like a helping hand whenever you need it. And absolutely transparent one, because you know what you tell them is in confidence and it's not going anywhere. And that's why the trust, especially between us, like it's so important. Like I can tell you anything in the world. Since the start it's been like that, and that's why I think it's really important for everybody to have a therapist in today's world, especially.
So what do you recommend for the kids who are actually going through depression and anxiety, and they feel like if somebody knows that I'm going for therapy, then that's really not cool?
Okay, first of all is that if you're going through something, that thing you're going through is more important than what your friends think of you at any other level, because these friends, they might stay with you for life, they might not stay with you for life, but this is something which can literally control and end your life in some cases. And just accepting who you are is the most important thing. And if these friends are your true friends, then they will never ever put you down in any circumstance and always be there for you. And you need to understand that and go to therapy if you need therapy. It's not wrong. It's wrong not to go to therapy in most cases. Seriously, yeah.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
That I hope that that advice is taken seriously by a lot of kids, especially whoever needs it. And out of everything that we would have possibly spoken about in years, okay, various topics, we've
Yes,
spoken
so
about
much.
the girls and the
So
homework
much.
and the assignments and parents and siblings. Tell me one thing that stayed with you during our process of counseling that kind of helped you change your life to even 2 degrees that makes a difference for you today?
So I always remember that you used to tell my mom when I was just there. I was a kid. I didn't understand, when you and mom were talking. I used to always hear that, Hetal, don't worry, Agastya will find his way. Like, leave him a little bit. He will find his way once he grows up. And you always told me that, Agastya, just don't stop doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Just keep going. The keep going thing is what you've always told me, and that I'll find my way. And that is something which has stuck with me a lot, because no matter in anything I do, I know that if I keep going at it, and I will definitely find my way, because this is just one instance. And yesterday when I told mom I'm doing this, and she's telling me today, I thank Kavyal auntie, because it actually is happening. You're doing your own thing. That's one thing which is like really stuck with me since day one, what you've been telling me and my mom both.
Yeah, and it makes me so proud to have this conversation with you. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for becoming who you are becoming and inspiring all the kids that you are. I am so proud of you.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you for doing
Auntie.
this with me.
Thank you.
Okay.